Today we're going to be doing an install of the OBD scanning hardware and software for not only the Model 3 but also for the Model S. In front of me on the table I have the harness for the Model S, but I'm going to walk through them a little bit so that you have a sense of what the parts are. So we'll start with the OBDLink LX. Now this is a Bluetooth scanning OBD hardware device that plugs into your OBD2 port that is on your vehicle. Now the challenge is that the Model S, while it does have the port to plug into, it doesn't provide all the data, so some additional hardware pieces are needed. That's the hardware side, and then from a software we're going to be using ScanMyTela. Now there are a few other apps that will also be able to make use of this hardware to be able to get more information about your Tesla so that you not only can improve your driving, but also just get more information about the car that you own, which is just a great thing to have. So first we'll start off with the OBDLink LX. This is available on Amazon. You can get it. I'll put a link below. And then the hardware pieces. So with the Model S setup, it actually does require two separate pieces to be able to make the connection. And it's very important because when I had first ordered, I just ordered this piece right here, which of course can tie in to the vehicle diagnostic port and tap some of the signals, but it gives you no way without this piece to be able to connect it to the OBDLink. So that is actually how this one would go on once you've got the pieces connected. And what's nice is they are labeled very clearly as to which of these female plugs go with which of these male plugs, so you'll be able to put these together. So here's the OBD side being connected together, and then the J1939 connector goes here, and it'll come together like that. And this is going to end up getting installed in the Model S, which we'll show you shortly.
Model S, I was really excited to get the ScanMyTela hooked into it. However, I realized that the original harness, like the diagnostic output, was something that during our last test we actually wire tied way up under the dash, so I'd actually ripped the entire car apart. It's not worth your time to watch all that, but I am going to put a video up that will actually show where it should be and how to connect it.
So here's our diagnostic port, which is hidden normally behind the little cubby underneath the display, and once you have it out, you'll see the connector looks like this. And then we'll take our adapters that are here, and definitely make sure that you've got the J1939 connected to the J1939 and the OBD2 to the OBD2. Make sure you have the right connectors. Here's your harness that's going to plug in. What we're going to start off with is actually not having the OBDLink LX plugged in. We'll plug this into the vehicle, and on the Model S, since it's a diagnostic port, it does not necessarily have to have the vehicle contactors disconnected. So we're going to plug that in, which will get our harness going. Then we're going to plug in the OBDLink LX, which is here, and then we'll go over to our tablet and select ScanMyTela. Looks like it actually already synced and connected because I did have it connected before. So here's the screen for the Model S with all of the information displayed. One of the items that was a little disappointing to me was the fact that I did not see information about the front or rear motor as to stator temperatures or even peak power. There is a lot of information here about the battery state of health, the individual cell packs, their balancing, their temperature. What I found also kind of interesting is that when we look at the battery itself, when you dig in, you get a lot of information on a granular level that, and I guess it's actually over here in the BMS tab, that is displayed graphically quite different in the ScanMyTela app than in the Model 3. Total, what's interesting about my Model S, I've had about the same amount of DC as AC charging, and 18,741 kilowatt hour has been consumed over 53,000 miles, so that is a lot of energy.
Let's talk about updates. We did the ScanMyTela video inside the Model 3, And there was something that I forgot to put within the edit, and I'm really sorry. I forgot to show everybody how to turn off the Model 3 so that you could actually connect the harness. And if you haven't figured it out on your own, I will put a link in the description below. Outside of that, something that is personally very important to me is all of our supporters. So there's less than 5 spaces remaining available on the car. And we haven't put them on the car yet because we did actually have one of the potential supporters reach out and say, we can wrap the entire car. So what we're going to do is hopefully next week, we're going to take the car down to Miami. We are going to go ahead and get the car wrapped. And then once that's done, we're going to start adhering all of your names, and thank you so much for supporting, onto the vehicle. I can't help but talk about my little buddy here that has one of our Electric Performance Tesla Racing Team shirts. So if you want to have one of those shirts, definitely go on to electricperformance.tv. Check it out. You can get one. And also you can show support for the channel. So yeah, we're getting everything set up. There's a lot going on.
If you're like me, you definitely want to know more about the data we get from both the cars, and we can't wait to get back on the track so we can actually compare the two. Also, we're going to be doing in an upcoming episode more in-depth analysis between the two vehicles. I know we gave you a little bit of a teaser in this episode of some of the unique features that each of the cars are putting out from their diagnostic ports and or OBD. However, we're really going to delve a little bit more into it, hopefully get into some overlays of the data we're gathering, and ideally we'll also have some other tool sets to be able to give you even more details. Of course, check out my Patreon, Blake Fuller, so that way any of the additional information that is a little bit too long for the average viewer that you guys want to see, you can message me and put in a request, and for just $1 a month you get bonus footage. So some of that bonus footage could be behind the scenes as well as in-depth analysis or even just raw data so that we all can learn it as a community. Again, thank you for watching Electric Performance, and we look forward to seeing you next week. All right, so really what's inside the box? Okay, so you can actually see here are the scales. One of the things I love about these is that there are no wires to have to worry about tripping when you're working on the car. Each one of these is where a vehicle tire is going to sit on, and then it uses these 4 pads to be able to sense the weight on that particular corner weight scale. I'm going to get everything laid out here on the table, go through it, and then we can start getting ready to use it. Now, of course, one of the things we're going to have to do too is level the area where these are sitting. So that's going to be one of the items that I'm going to have to do within our facility to be able to make sure that each of these scales are equal height relative to gravity, so that the weight of the vehicle isn't shifted because one of them's a little bit higher or a little bit lower. So really, really nice setup. Very excited to start using this and start sharing with you all the data from this. All right, so we just got our corner weight scales in, and we're gonna see you at the next episode where we're gonna start using these, start tearing apart the car even more, get the corner weights of each of the tires and the total vehicle weight. Put down in the comments below what your guesses are and what the vehicle's actually gonna weigh. And we're also gonna do some other fun things now that we've got the scales. We've got a lot of race cars around here. It'd be kind of neat to see how they compare in weight to the Tesla. If you have some other ideas that are fun with scales, let me know.
Thanks for watching Electric Performance. Please subscribe, share, and hit the like button.